Brent. Let's get down to brass tacks. What? All right, your car. Give us a rundown. What is it? Your drift car, as it once was. Hang on. We'll get to that in just a second. We want to know when you got it, what you've done to it, how far you went with it in a competition sort of sense before it got repurposed.
Yeah, so the Skyline. So they started off as a coupe. So that was a 32 coupe. That was the original Sheriff.
Yep.
So again, like my story with moving to Darwin, I moved to Perth. I came to Perth for a series of work meetings. And then there was an ADGP round while I was here. A couple of mates that I knew from the ADGP series were competing. They were interstate guys, so I hung out with them, or the Adelaide crew. Stayed with them at a hotel at Mullaloo. I don't know if you guys remember, it was like 5 years ago. There's a dude went full nutso in the car park at Mullaloo and a four-wheel drive did burnouts all up over the curb. And
I do remember.
So that was that week. We were upstairs on the piss when that happened. It was like, fuck me, this is ludicrous. So there's that was all back in the ADGP days. I come to Perth for a work meeting, spent a weekend, went drifting. The next week I got told, you've got to move to Perth or you don't have a job.
Oh, wow.
Okay, cool. Moved to Perth.
So this is a company dictating that you move yourself. Did they offer to pay?
Oh, no, they did. So
they did the move.
Yeah,
right,
so they did the move. Cool. It was very cool. $0 change for me.
For that.
Yeah.
Fuck, yeah, big time.
And it was really lucky for us. It was a good time in the market up there to sell. And it's turned out it's a pretty shit time to sell here in Perth now. But so then it was like, yeah, man, first weekend, I'm like, fuck yeah, Gumtree. And there was a 32, I had a 32 GDR in New Zealand for a little while, and I had a 32 coupe over there as well. Like, I love my Skylines. And there's a 32, a yellow sticker, RB25 Neo, 18-inch wheels, adjustable arms. I'm like, that's a fucking drift car. I ring this kid up. He's like, it just spent heaps of money with JPC, which is Keith's business back then. Yeah. Get it all converted. Like, it was a tidy car.
Yeah.
It just been yellow stickered. I'm like, cool. Got it for Nick's. Brought it. Actually got it registered and drove it around for a bit. I already had. So in that weekend, I brought the Skyline and I brought Andrea's RX-7.
Yep, that's the one you still got now, yeah?
Convertible RX-7, drives it around.
Yep.
So I brought that Skyline, and then the following weekend, and it's the first weekend that everyone there's some big characters in Drift and WA, right? Mm-hmm. And that next weekend was a BDA. I was like, fuck yeah, I got my CAMS license, got everything, got paid my membership. BDA 2 weeks.
So this is back in the day when it was called Barbagallo Drift Assault.
Yeah, so BDA, I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to go to BDA.
BDA 1.
Didn't know anyone.
And it was essentially a Matsuri, but at Barb's.
Yeah, I didn't know anyone. I knew Keith with Matt from ADGP, but I didn't, those guys drive at an incredible level. So I actually pitted next to Andrew 6056 Andrew Cahill. Yeah. So he was there. That was his first BDA as well. Yeah. So 500 years ago.
What car was he in?
The Banana.
Okay.
I welded his. So there's a photo. I had whose welder did I borrow? I borrowed someone's welder to weld his seat up. He had a stock seat in his car. His car was stock. He had a stock seat. He broke the seat, and I borrowed. It might have been. Booker's.
Matt Booker's.
And it was an arc welder. And it was arc welder's seat brackets together on his factory Sylvia seat so it wouldn't collapse on itself. So he could keep drifting.
Because that's a common Sylvia problem where the seats just go...
Wow, that's amazing. We've gone from arc welding S13 Sylvia seats to velos.
Yeah, man.
From doing the dodgy.
What a progression.
Yeah, so I've been in the filth of the worst stuff you could imagine.
The dodgiest of dodgy.
Yeah, the dodgiest not. An arc welder on the side of a racetrack. Just get a car back out there.
That's hectic. That's awesome.
Killer.
Yeah, okay. So BDA, you'd got the 32.
Yeah, 32 coupe, and I drove it. That was the first time. Didn't have a handbrake. The diff was free spinning. It was just pretty cabbage. But it was a very capable car. It was, it went good. So then I think I entered a series of events, put a diff in it. Actually got a road register. I used to drive it everywhere, man. Just with the one seat, the white doors, the sheriff stickers, the sheriff down the side. I used to drive it everywhere, man. Flashing lights and all. I used to drive it to work and so I drive into the city. So I work for an oil and gas company. We had a big underground car park in the city. There's dudes there with brand new.
That would have sounded amazing.
Yeah, I drive this shitty Skyline
around the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad enough when you drive a regular car around a corner on polished concrete in an underground car park. You imagine a lot like a welded
man. Yeah, and I used to rock in after a meeting with rubber all at the guards, still 3 tyres in the back. And,
Your toolbox somewhere.
Yeah, I'd park between an M3 BMW and a new Jag.
Yeah.
And I'd just park straight in there and this thing, and it's just
Love it.
Brilliant.
So that was me for years, and then D1WA came along, and to be honest, it was, Aaron and Damo at DC Autos that changed things for me and made me want to get really competitive, and Pat Coates.
Yep.
Pat's the legend. Best memories I've ever had of drift is driving with Pat. Dude is a legend.
Bring back Pat and the sheriff.
Yeah, there's wicked photos of my car and Pat's car at different stages in their lives. He's a machine. Best.
Yeah.
Tears. Dude's best battles ever. I so wish I had the funds now to just go drop and buy his green car, and I'd come back in a heartbeat tomorrow.
Because he's still got that, hasn't he?
He's still got it, and it's
still there.
It's not doing anything.
It's literally
sitting on a trailer.
I saw him. He did a speedway round recently.
He's got
street
stocks now.
What the fuck, Pat? What the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing, man? You want to go sideways? Come back.
You're killing him here, mate.
Drift misses you.
Yeah.
Drifting in WA misses you.
So let's see. If we can get Pat back in a car, will you get back in a car?
Oh yeah, man. I would like
if I had reminisce battle.
If I had the budget, I'd just drop it and
I'll put the 33 up for that.
Department of Drift will spot you an alignment on the Skyline so you can come back.
Yeah,
just get it realigned.
Okay. Oh yeah, the Skyline. Yeah,
Let's get back because the original question was about the Skyline and how far.
So the Skyline. So and then so competing with D1WA, and I love the competition side of it because you go out there and you put everything on the line and you go hard and you suck. And it's really humbling. It's fuck yeah, I've got this cool car. I'm going to do this shit. Fuck yeah, drifting. Everyone's doing it. It's cool. It's easy. It's going to be easy. Everyone's doing it. You go there and you eat shit and you suck. And the judges tell you suck. And you're like, cool. You got to come back and you got to go better. The next event, you got to go better. So I was like street class hero for ages. Never made it out of street class. And then the coupe at Collie at the stadium or the backtrack. So we try to call it the stadium. Give it a bit of because what the D1WI's guys built,
good.
like what Pat built there with the container and the viewing and the wall. Yeah. Man,
it was mint.
That was cool.
It was a big thing.
But it was a wet meet. The weather was atrocious. You guys might remember that Bogan Media put out some videos like 100 years ago, and it was a really wet day at Collie, and there's just this wicked video of Brendan Greaves and these massive tip-ins.
I think I've seen
Minnie
that.
was in the blue car, and the dude with that white RX-7 with the big elephant V8 in it.
Tony Abraham.
No, not Tony. Another guy. Yeah, white one.
Okay.
And they just
Tyrone Abraham.
Yeah, not Tyrone's. They just doing big helicopters everywhere just to try and dry the place out. And it was atrocious. But anyway, we had a comp. Yeah. So uphill entry into the wall section and down. And I'm like, cool. Drove it a couple of times, like, yeah, cool, I've just got to leave it in a second, just just drive the track, just do it. And I put on next to Ranu in the yellow car. And next to Ranu, he had like an LS1 in it or something like that stage. And I'd broken my diff in practice and already borrowed Ranu's diff and promised him I'd pay him for it.
Do you already have, he was in the 15?
No, this was back, he was in the yellow.
He's got the 15 hybrid, this is years ago. That's a 180 with a 15 front.
Yeah, so years ago he had this yellow 180. A very capable driver, very good driver. So I'm like, yeah, cool. Put into Ranu, I'm like, go to my head, I'm like, cool, I've just got to do this, I've got to go up the hill, and do this, chop back. Just go slow because it's wet. I'm just going to slide for ages. As soon as I heard him drop the fucking hammer in that L, I was on my lead run first. As soon as I heard him drop the fucking hammer, I'm like, fucking went full retard. Put him in the
You shat yourself. You shat yourself, didn't you?
I just went full. Yeah, I just like fucking took off, threw it in. I'm like, where the fuck am I going? Just
straight to the
into the wall, smash. I'm like, fuck. And Ranu did exactly the same thing. He's like, fuck, I gotta go. Brent, throws it in and then backs it in, and I'm already stoved my car and I'm like, oh man. And he just climbs through the side of my car. Banana the 32. I ended up having to go to the back cracker, the chiropractor for like 8 months to get my back sorted. It bent the driver's seat, no cage in that car.
Yeah. So that's where your sort of safety brain came from, was that kind of experience. And
then and the other thing was that I dedicated to be my first national event was going to be a Darwin round. I worked real hard to get all the boys to go back up to Darwin for an event that was like 4 weeks later.
Oh no!
And like, because the Darwin guys do a killer event. The Trenton Valley is a beautiful place. And this was 2015. So I was like, yeah, man, we're going to Darwin. 4 weeks later, and I just fucking wrote my car off. I was like, wow. Worrell of all people, he's like, dude, I've got a 32 at home. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck are you doing with a 32? They had a 32 at home. So the next day, like back from Collie, I'm all like, fucking.
Just down.
You're feeling pretty shitty.
Oh, my car's fucked. But anyway, back home, drop the car off at Damo. He's a solid dude. And Warren said, man, I got this 32. I've already stripped. It's a non-rolling shell. It's up on jack stands. Come and have a look. And like this thing was, he'd brought it off some crackheads out of Gumtree to spray all the parts off. The thing had been painted with like a fucking paint roller.
Oh man, they're the best ones.
House paint.
Oh, it was
They're the best ones. As long as whatever they paint over is in relatively good nick, they put the paint on that thick, you can guarantee nothing is ever touching that original paint.
Yeah, and you just peel it off like paper.
You get the air compressor, just chip away one corner, you can blow the rest off with the air compressor. No, anyway,
not this one.
Crackhead 32.
Yeah, Crackhead 32. Warrell had it. I got it for like a few $100 of them. It was a non-rolling shell. I had to run around there, drag it up onto a car trailer. Like it was fucked. Like we didn't bend the spikes for the rear subframe, but
Right.
you got off what Warrell saved my ass, man. Like good team. So you
reshelled all your shit into the...
Yeah, like the next weekend, and it was Zafino and Dom and Aiden and Aiden Frill and Damo, and they spent like, all the boys. Just like
the typical drift style community there.
They all smashed it out, man. I got this photo of my other 32 sitting on a trailer in the forecourt of Damo's workshop.
Yeah.
Before the scrappers came and picked up. Still all the sheriff stickers on it. No fucking door, broken windows.
Yeah.
And they just chipped in and they got it cool. Nicholas Hall did a half cage on it because I wasn't going to compete without a cage.
Yeah.
And then we sent it to Darwin, national meet, heaps of Radelaide dudes, qualified 9th. I think I came 7th overall.
Yeah. Shit, that's not bad.
Went up there, same setup. Andy tickled the tune-up. You know, like it was only 350 horsepower back then. It wasn't a huge power car. The little low mount TD06 was like a chainsaw. It was a sick setup.
Just used to sing.
Yeah, and then I'm like, yeah, man, this thing's, we can do it.
Yeah.
You know,
like,
and then,
we can get there.
Yeah, we can do it. So, and then came back and, man, I remember a solid crack at the D1WA season. Didn't do overly well. A couple that qualified well in a couple of events. Claim to fame, beat Brendan in an event. Had one event where the diff was so loud I couldn't hear myself think. It was just singing. But went out and like there's a train at the end of the day. Like I think I'd come 4th, I think, something like that. There's a train at the end of the day. It's Brendan, me, and Minnie.
Yep.
And I was sandwiched, and I just remember the nudge, and I'm like, "Fuck, I'm just pinned." And then my diff let go and took the gearbox with it. I remember the car popping up in the air.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and like. It was just like it was a lot of the diff and like anyway, so that was like the best memories. Like the car was a good car.
Man.
Yeah.
It still is a good car. So
is that the same shell that you're in now?
It's the same shell I got now, man. Like
shit.
And I came back to another D1WA. I've got a poster on the wall.
Yeah.
I've got a printed out canvas where random guy. So
Nathan now known as Nathan Sixsmith or Nathan Visuals.
So he used to be random guy photography back in the day.
Right.
He got this ball of fire shot looking down on the wall at Collier. I've come in and just smoked
India mic, Brent. India mic.
Yeah, he's kind of smoked the wall.
Yeah.
He's got this ball of shot of me through the clip. We used to paint. We were allowed to at Collier.
Yeah, paint
back in the day.
Clipping box on the ground. I've got it, man.
Yeah.
And so I've got that blown up. That was cool memories. And then I got another photo. It was sitting underneath the hoist at Damo's workshop, looking like it's straight out of a B-shoe. The back's like a V because I've stoved both sides.
Yeah.
And then there was another year.
That's fine. Chuck it in shipping container. Send it to a BC.
It's done. It'll fit in. Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. No.
So that car went through a lot of development. It's an RB25 Neo at the end of the day. Good cooling system. Genuine Koyo radiator. Genuine oil coolers.
Yeah.
Really good cooling system. Oiling. Still a wet sump. AccuSump for a bit of oil pressure control.
Yeah. Right.
It helps out with the elevation of barbs.
Yeah.
I now run a Wholeset Turbo from Merch Motorsports in New Zealand.
Sorry, just going back to the accumulator. Is there a way for you to actually work out whether that's actually discharged while you've been on a run with those things?
unless you've got data logging.
Yeah.
Right.
You need data logging to see
You can see it like driving. So I was fortunate enough to drive the PSA S13.
Yeah.
And that, obviously, they only activate that when you go out for a run.
Yeah.
And that being the LS, you can actually see the oil pressure change.
Yep.
So as soon as you open it, you see it drop briefly, and then it comes back up.
Yep.
It's got even
While
more.
it fills the accumulator and primes it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
right.
LS is really important because they've got a weird oiling system. They oil the cam before the crank.
Yep.
So you need that to stop that bearing wipe on startup.
Yeah.
RBs, I leave mine on the whole time. It's just more for oil fluctuations.
Yeah.
Big
Right.
tip-ins.
Yep.
Big undulation control. Above the gallows, you've got the big hill.
Yep.
So I've always run one. It's,
one of those things.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's just longevity of the motor. I've got a really low K Neo in that car. Head-wise, it's just Neo, head gasket studs, pond cams, nothing too wild.
Yep.
6-boost manifold, very typical RFB setup.
The standard RFB recipe.
Down with the New Zealand thing. So in New Zealand drifting, the turbo guys are dominating the scene. They run all whole set turbos, which are custom made to suit drifting. There's a guy in New Zealand, Motorsport, Steve Merch. He's actually a brother-in-law. So
handy.
handy, yeah. So he hooked me up with one of the, what do they call, the 35-2.
Right. So can you hook a brother up if he wants to turbocharge his Mercedes?
Yeah. We'll sort your shit out. Yeah.
It's happening.
I get the feeling it's happening.
Watch
anyway,
this
continue on.
space.
So
I've got a mate in New Zealand that's on a cool diesel conversion to a Merc like yours.
OM606.
No, another guy. Just underground airbags and a little 4-cylinder Nissan turbo diesel in it.
Yeah, right.
Oosh.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So you've gone down the garden path. You've walked the beaten track.
Yeah. So it's a reliable. Cool. What's the best turbo I can put for drifting? So the thing is, the 35-2 from Wholeset from Merch Motorsport. It's got the top end of a 35. I've got the bottom end of a 3076. So full boost before 3.5.
Yeah.
Things wild.
Usable.
That would be nice to have.
Yeah.
It's like a bit like my 33. It's very, very similar. But as I told you today, my turbo's 13 years old.
Yeah, so this is baller as plasma, man. Good manifolds.
It's all flogged out and fucked.
Yeah, no, mine's not like that. It's not like rooting a warm bucket of water. Like it's pretty good.
Crates and waves.
Oh boy.
I went through a stage where I was blowing gearboxes every meet. Didn't matter what I did. I was smashing gearboxes to pieces. Put a Tremac behind it, so end up with pretty much a Magnum behind it now. And the rear end's Delspec LSD, two-way LSD.
Delspec, so many people swear by him.
Yeah,
dude, he's
top.
Best Nissans in the country.
Dick Lizard swears by him as well. Yeah.
Mate, anyone you talk to, if you go, I've got a Nissan Diff, the first you're going to hear is Delspec.
Yeah. So the best diffs in the country are built by this guy. So the fastest race cars in the country have Delspec.
All go to Delspec.
They send him diffs.
There's diffs in all over the country, this guy.
Yeah. So he's the diff whisperer.
Yeah. And he full like Greg, he full nerds out on diffs.
So, Brent, we had I say recent. It was back in the back half of 2018, the Driftwest Battlefest. You were actually one of our 3 judges. Describe to me what it's like, because I mean, to be selected or to be approached and asked, can you be one of our judges? That's got to be a pretty high praise in and of itself. They value your opinion, they value your skill, they think you've got what it takes. What's that like?
It's pretty. To be honest, it's pretty. You take it for granted, like, because you think, it's WA, it's Driftwest.
Yeah,
but it's actually pretty humbling, man. Like, you got some of the drivers out there at that event. There's some badass shit.
Oh yeah,
there were some bad mamma jammers out there, and the event was awesome. Like, for WA, we had live stream. You had a full media team. We had 2 commentators. We had 3 judges. We had 2 battles going at the same time. 2 different layouts at the same time, with points accumulating to a second day of a battle tree. What the fuck? That was the first time in a long time. I'm like, why the am I not drifting?
Yeah.
Like, why am I not driving in this shit? And and I told Geordie that day. So he runs Geordie Hammer. Well, I've helped him out for a while.
Yeah.
He's an incredible dude. He helps me out
briefly
every time I have my microphone in the wrong place. Geordie Hammer, free plug for Geordie Airport parking. Hammer Airport parking. Geordie Hammer. Just put a picture of his face on the side of the building. That'd be gold. But Like
a goofy face.
and I talked to him. I kicked it with him then. I said, "Man, I want to buy the air bleeder. Everyone hates his car, right?
So
Do you
much.
really?
Yeah.
Like his car's beaten to shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's so he's
You
building.
take those
It
other
is
fenders off.
hammered shit.
Yeah, and like
I see what you did there.
yeah, like I've got a shed up at Barbagallo, and occasionally I'll like borrow his car, and like people think I'm out of drift. Man, I'm still in it. Yeah, like his car's beat to shit. He's building a really nice, pretty car. He's got the S14 street car, which is his son's.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how he's allowed to spend money on it, Mal.
Yeah.
We love you, Mal. But that's a really nice car. He's building a really pretty car.
Yeah.
But the air bleeder, like, that's just going to get sacrificed and pillaged for parts. But I'm like, don't. Like, it's a logbook car. It's got some value.
Yeah.
Like,
It can be used for
I
passengers.
want to buy it. I want a Sylvia or a 180.
Yep.
And I want a 6-litre LS. Like,
And-
people know I'm like the RFB king. Like,
Is that LS1 or is it L98?
He's LS1, but
Yeah.
I want to put a 6-litre in it.
So you basically want a shell, like a roller, if you can get it as that.
Because the LS1s are a bit breathless.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're like a 1UZ. They're a bit like, loud, nothing happens.
Yeah.
You're like, give me a wheel spin.
It is what it is, yeah.
Yeah, well, the 6 litres boogie, you know,
Yeah,
like
they do.
They're good, you know, and I've got the RFB, but I think for a drift car, if you're gonna have fun, you want something that just burn tyres day after day. So I think,
Yeah, which that car has proven it will quite happily do.
yeah. So I just
It's
want
got
that
version 1 or version 2 front end.
version 2 front end now.
Yeah.
But
Wise
then I'll
fab.
go into his new car.
Yeah.
But I just buy that. I just buy
Cut
wise
and
fab
shop.
for the front. No,
Yeah.
I want wise fab.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've driven the cars now. I've got my head around how it works.
Yeah. You understand the geometry and
I
all that
understand
sort of
geometry. It's if you want to be slightly competitive.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cheap now. It never used to be. You know, like it never used to be cheap. Like it's so that's and it'd just be like a 180 with a cage or a S-setting with a cage and a 6-litre and wise fab, a little cam.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, like a fairly good package. You could go to a comp locally
And
with a
still
small
be
tyre
competitive.
and be competitive with that
Yep.
package.
Yep.
Or you could just drive it and beat the shit out of it and hone your skills and still have your hand in the game.
I think one of the coolest things about the air bleeder at I think it was Battlefest, was just how aggressive Geordie was being on the start line. Like like he was getting right up there. Like just
He pushed a couple of people.
So I do that as well on the start line, and I actually learned that from Darwin, from Danny Probert and Darwin.
Right.
There's nothing more intimidating than being in a registered stock standard S14 on the start line with a blue XD, XF, his missile behind you, pushing you.
come on, let's get this show on the
So
fucking
all
road,
you can
mate.
see is this fucking big headlights thing that should be on a taxi outside a fish and chip shop, fucking driving into the back of you to move. You know, like that. So, and you've got to, because you put a chicane, you put whatever, and so many guys have asked me what I like about drift circuit guys, and like, man, that drag race.
That getting to the corner.
Like getting to that initiation, because if you fuck that up, you're toast.
You've lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can reclaim the rest of a run. You can pull a run together. If you don't get your initiation right, that's half of the impact. That's your points. That's your scoring. So as a judge, I really like mine's all the impacts. So there's and judging, like you go back to it, it's pretty humbling to be asked to do it. To be consider that you can help judge peers or guys you've even looked up to or guys you've driven alongside or new guys you don't even know who they are. But then you look at things so differently. It's so much more technical. And like I'm always like up there and J-Mac see me like fuck you, that was sick. Oh shit.
I got to put points down.
I've got to write it down. And then you work with guys like Brent Gordon's so professional at it. He's so good. He's pretty methodical. You got a banger. He's got 100 years of braking gearboxes behind
Nick
him.
Van Geest,
So you got all these dudes that are really, and they're really dialed into what they're looking at. I'm like, man, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
And you'll quickly flash up and you're like, oh, bro,
That makes sense.
Or they'll be like, I still think that aggression or that entry or that to me, that's valued higher than the fact that was technically awesome. That impact.
Yeah, the wow factor.
So I'm still, I'm still getting gangster
that's
points.
That's interesting. Like that's actually really cool to hear that. In essence, style counts for something still.
still
these
a
days.
That's what sets drift apart from normal circuit racing.
Yeah.
Is that pizzazz? You can call it that.
So break the process down for me. What's a judge paying attention to first and foremost? I mean, are you looking at the lead car? Or are you looking at the chase car?
Yeah. So with drift, and I've asked a lot of different judges from both in New Zealand and over here for what's their biggest thing. You know, and I've sort of made my own opinion on things as well. Like, is
New Zealand and Australia different in broad strokes, or are they fairly on the same page?
Similar, especially at that level they're at over there. And I'm really lucky I've got a good relationship with some of the dudes there. And different series judge things differently. Some series you have a line judge, a speed judge.
Yeah, which is what we saw D1NZ with their round one.
So they do that. And so if you're judging in that environment, you're just looking at one thing, whereas we do the... FD used to do it a while ago. We just do the 3 judges, yes, no. So thumbs up, thumbs down. Who won, who didn't. And, you know, we don't always agree. There's a lot we didn't agree. Some people have seen my chicken scratch from a meet of what my opinions were, where they voted and what happened, where I was outvoted in some cases, or where I was able to convince people otherwise. But for me personally, again, it's that aggression and that initiation. I'll award that over a technically pure, perfect run.
Right.
In driver's briefing, I always piped up and said, man, if you cock that entry up, or if you're not, you know, we've given you guys a pretty doughy, easy entry or something like that. Like we've said,
you've got no excuse.
You've got no excuse. You know, it's an inside clip. You can be as wild as you want. You know, and same with the horseshoe. It's like, and don't be greedy. We're asking for this. And so the guy, so I was always, and again, go back to where I was going. The guys, everyone I talked to, the sort of thing, the same theme. I talked to a Japanese guy that judges quite a lot and asked him advice, and it's the same thing. The lead car is set up to win, so you judge the chase car.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been taught anyway. They're like, rightly wrong. Probably going to flame the shit out of this. But
that's all right. We're low rotation at the moment. Not enough people are watching us.
But not enough yet. You set the line that you pick as a judge, or you know, sometimes it's already picked, but the line is to favour the chase car normally. So
essentially, if you are the lead car, it is your battle to lose.
100%. So it's on the chase car. The lead car's just got to do a qualifying line. The chase car's just got to emulate that. And I'm going to award. So if you're as aggressive as fuck and you can pull that off, and you can keep that proximity up, and you can not drive like a dick to do that.
You're not nudging him or pushing him off track or stopping a rotation. A little bit
that's okay, but if you over rotate or if you're way off line doing that and you're throwing it all away just to have it, it's pretty average. But if you've got that aggression and you can pull it off and you can still throw that angle, mint.
Yeah, right.
That's I think
everyone has different and that's what's so cool about drift and so fucked about drift at the same time.
Because the goalposts are always moving depending on which judges are watching it.
It's a judge sport. It's not a stopwatch. We're racing, and that's
first to the line.
Other drifters I know that have changed over. Bangers won, Nathan Frio. In New Zealand, I've got a few guys that have changed over to circuit racing again. And the judge stuff's hard. It's emotionally hard to get your head around. You know, like whereas circuit racing, I beat the dude, I didn't beat the dude.
So it's clear cut where judge sport, and I think that's always been and will probably always be a limiting factor in drift. But where you got like Japan now, they've they're trying to lead the way in where they've got computerized judging, where that plays a large part of it. And that still isn't
Are we talking
perfect.
like Red Bull drift shifters type stuff, or are we just talking
it's traditional battles? But it's like proximity, angle, rate
speed,
of entry, all that's measured through digital means. So there's sensors and all sorts of stuff in the car.
Basically, each car's kitted out with V-Box and a set of parking sensors, basically.
Pretty much.
So that's one side of it. Touching on the automated, on the computerized side of it. What do we think about the way we actually deliver results to spectators, people watching online? Because I'm talking from a position where I've recently come back from a Sydney burnout competition. It was called the Australian Burnout Comp. And one of the big things about what happened over there is there was an app that was put together. It was called Motorscore. And basically, the problem with burnouts has always been that you have to wait until the end of the event to actually get your hands on the results.
To see who's progressed.
It was and burnouts might be oversimplifying it, but burnouts is very similar in a sense to drifting, in the sense that it's a stylistic sport. It is the
wow factor.
It's the figure skating of motorsport. Essentially, judges judge on criteria like tip in, constant smoke, sort of volume of smoke, pad usage, stuff like that. So we were actually able to quantify that. We had judges on iPads that were updating to a results page that spectators had access to. They download the app, they can literally see 10 seconds after the skid is over what each judge, and I'm not just talking an aggregate score, I'm talking what each judge judged for every single aspect of that run.
That's cool.
And something like that, I think, has potential. Nathan Preto is the guy who put this whole deal together. He was a promoter. He also spent a big wad of his own coin to actually put this app together. It was something in the order of however many tens of thousands of dollars. But I get the feeling that something like that would be really, really cool for drifting.
Definitely. It'll definitely bridge the not so much massive, but the gap that's between spectators and understanding who won or lost. Like, take an example, my mum. You know, she loves drifting. She loves supporting it.
G'day, Ethel. We know you're going to be watching this. Hello, Ethel.
Hi, Mum.
Hey.
So, Mum always said to me, she goes, what happens? And I sat down with her for a good hour and explained to her what to go. And that just, like, sparked this thing with her where we sat and watched IDC together. Dad, everyone's gone to bed. Me and Mum watching IDC.
You've got to come to Geordie Hammer's place for an IDC party if you want to hear hysterical giggling.
I went to Dave O'Halloran's place.
Did you understand?
Dave O'Halloran's place was hilarious. It was fantastic. He fed us pizzas and chips and gravy and all the alcohol we could stomach. It was just
typical Irishman.
Great. I think I went with Dick Lizard and Jimmy Gloy, like James Gloy. It was pretty awesome. It was hilarious. But no, I think that something we're looking for these days is immediacy. And what would also be taken care of, and not necessarily that's a massive issue here in WA drifting, but all of a sudden it introduces a whole new level of transparency. Because 10 seconds, there's no time to fudge or fuck around with these results.
It's like
there's no time to jig it at the end of the competition. Those scores are logged, and all it takes is a screenshot for someone to call you out. If you decide to fuck with those scores, guarantee someone's like, well, come on, mate, you did it, did a 3 here, but you did a 4 at the end. What the fuck?
No, I'm down with that. That's a cool idea. So there's a guy, again, going back to the OG guys from down south over Adelaide ways, Mishamore, a lot of guys ran his knuckles back in the day. He was working on an app that did very much the same thing. He's coming back to drift. He's building a 2J or a 1J 86 or something like that. He's still got I think he's still got his pro car from back in the day.
Right.
Dude's like one of the ADGP legends. Real gangster. One of the gypsy crew, they used to call themselves. Him and what's his name? The coastal guy.
Stewie Bryant.
Yeah, him. It was that crew.
Yeah.
So, Mickamore was building an app to do pretty much that, but I'm not sure whatever happened to it. This is going back to a while ago.
The difference is that this guy, Nathan's, he's poured a shitload of cash into it. Actually, you can see on DJ's camera right there, he actually had the send it fingers for those. And also, I know. You see that? I don't know if you can actually see that. I'll show it to the camera a little later. But they are the trophies for the winners. Right? They're fucking heavy. These things are cool. So that was sick. But I mean, it's a whole new sort of thing. And it was never something that was designed for drift, but with a few modifications. I honestly think that something like that would definitely lend a new level of interaction. We're all about interactivity. We're all about involving the spectators, and I feel like that would be something really, really cool.
Definitely.
To sort of be looking at.
And touch on the points where you brought up as well with relation to drivers and getting themselves out there. You can use the app as a portal for that. Not only does it do scoring, but you could potentially build in things like, drivers' Instagrams and that sort of stuff.
Imagine also what it could do for drivers in terms of education and coming out bigger, better, harder next time.
Exactly.
They see,
I failed here on my entry angle.
Exactly.
My speed wasn't as good. Okay, cool. I know next time I got to click third sooner, get on it harder, or flick harder.
That might be thinking a little bit too far into it now that I hear that, because there's a multitude of criteria that judges are just handling on the fly and amalgamating it into a 100-point score.
And sometimes you don't write down half the shit that goes through your mind at the time. And then, like, sometimes you wish you did because you get hammered in the private messages for a week after the event.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What happened to this, what happened to that? In briefing, you said this. I'm like, yeah, but you sucked at that.
You sucked in this part, man. Sorry.
Yeah. But like anything, because the technology's there, man.
Yeah.
Like,
You just got to
everyone's got a smartphone. Everyone's got to, like, so with racing, circuit racing, right? So NetSoft is the timing system. It does a lot of timing. They do the same for Speedway. You can log on at any time if there's a live race. So when the guys are over in Bathurst, they raced. This is for the recent sports sedan support category for the Bathurst 12 hour. Pretty big deal. There was it was on tally on the Saturday, but there was racing on the Thursday and the Friday.
Yeah,
and we just live streamed the NetSoft results. Like, if you're a proper nerd, that's what you do.
Yeah,
and you can try to figure out what's going on.
You know what their first sector times are.
So you nerd out.
You can see when they're in the pits. You can.
And Speedway guys do the same thing. They'll sit there on a Saturday night, and where there isn't live stream at a racetrack, they'll have up the timing. They'll be like, oh shit, look. He's slingshotted, he's done whatever, you know.
He's jumped up to the front.
Everyone does it if they're really into the sport. Yeah. Nothing drifting. Yeah, because you got, especially where you don't, like, Battlefest was awesome. Up the back was pretty hard. Yeah. Into live stream. Yeah. But for Turn 7 layout, you had the bus and the camera crew and all that stuff, but you had live commentators. Yeah. And you had the commentators curse in effect.
Yeah, we did. We did that.
Yeah, a few times.
So the crowd there and then and the people on live stream knew what was going on, and, you know, you guys, we were giving you sign language through the window of what was going on with that event, and, you know, you're like, oh, no, such and such is going on. Like, no way, man, it was complete ham.
No shit. But, you suck, bro.
So it's anything, because drift is, for an outsider, like, drift is really hard. I've had heaps of circuit guys.
It's confusing. There's so much going on.
Yeah, it is. Especially once you get into the roulette, and once things actually pick up, and it's quite quick from the tree. Yeah. You know, the first half of the day is always like, fuck, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then come top 16 around trying to sort shit out.
Did you notice that, I think it was on day one, I think, where we had the first group of drivers on the Turn 7 layout at Battlefest, and then the guys that have been doing ADGP the morning came over for the afternoon session to Turn 7
they're on fire.
And just blew everybody out of the water.
We're like, what the fuck? We're gonna have just send Group 1 home.
And we actually radioed across to the ADGP layout guys, and we said, is Group 1 failing hard, or are they actually doing okay? And I was like, oh no, they're okay.
They're okay. They ate shit on me.
They were absolutely crap. It was crazy.
So there were some specks of awesome. But
I guess just the nature of it, though. I mean, you got the newbies, so,
you know, like, everyone's going to bag shit out. That's just and because social media gives everyone a voice.
Yeah. And the problem with social media is that we've gotten used to pulling the piss and being rude and disrespectful to people and not getting a punch in the mouth for it.
Yeah.
And that hurts the sport. I mean, you know, if you take the piss saying like a messenger group, whatever, that's cool.
In a banter chat, you mean?
Yeah, AKA 2nd Feb. But, you know, if
no, it's not 2nd Feb anymore.
Is it not?
No, I think we can just call it the banter chat. It's the banter chat. It's the WA drifting banter chat.
In that sort of space is fine because it's a controlled environment. Go and do it publicly on Facebook. You know, then you're trying to build a fan base. People are going to go, you're that dickhead from Facebook that's, you know,
doesn't go away.
Yeah.
It doesn't go away.
Everyone's going to always remember the negative, no matter what you do. And I think if a driver can keep doing it and get good at you know, not tarnishing his own image, it'll help massively. So
Facebook's good though. Like, all the media is good because you want people to get exposure, and like this is direct to this sort of podcast, direct to the punter. That's what we want. Yeah. We've got to break down those walls. There's a bit of etiquette to be sorted out because the sport's got to grow. People doing good things everywhere. Man, you know, like, your family comes to the drift events. That's what we want.
Yeah, we've been really blessed, I think, as a motorsport community. Yeah. I mean, everybody helping each other out. Like, it's you can circulate in a lot of different sort of cliques and not have the same support. That you can hear.
Drifting is a very, very family vibe. Like, there's a camaraderie. It's just, you know, everyone's willing to help everyone.
What's the best thing that the motorsport community's ever done for you?
Me?
Do you reckon?
Got my car going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everyone pulls together.
Like this is like, I use the hashtag a lot in a lot of Instagram posts for Luxe Performance and for myself personally, and the Streetcar Racing Association of WA, that's doing it as well. There's races helping races, right? So the best things like, so talking to Tezza, the guy drifting the RF7, he's an OG drifter from Adelaide days.
I'm just trying to get the questions up. So
that's all right, I got the question.
Oh, you do? All right.
Yeah, so he's got like a removalist company like down south. But I posted it up on Facebook and I'm like, man, I've got to move houses. I'm not built like a scaffolding Kiwi. I might be a Kiwi, but I'm not.
I sound like one, but
like moving a house, it's a hard work. It's a lot of time. I need help. Who can recommend good movers? And she's like, I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
Seriously, it was like I didn't have to trawl through Gumtree. I didn't have to Google. I didn't have to do shit. It's like, shot Tezza. I'm moving on this day. How much?
Yeah.
He just sent me a price. I paid him the money. Had two of the best removalists I've ever had turn up. Moved my shit.
Yeah.
Half a day, my house was moved. Amazing bucks.
Yeah.
That is what motorsport is about. Just everyone having so everyone sees the community. Everyone sees these massive sponsorship deals. The V8 touring car teams and they so buy the products from those companies sponsoring
motorsport.
Yeah, but think about the little man.
Yeah.
So there's all these ma and pa companies that are supporting local drivers and local categories.
Yeah.
Support them because without them, the V8 touring cars are always going to get an energy drink.
Yeah.
You're always going to get a fuel provider and you're always going to get an oil company. The companies that are supporting local drivers and the local people support the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Well, without a doubt.
Yeah, like the other day, garage door shit itself at home. It could take me a couple of hours, go to Bunnings, buy a new motor, whatever, buy something junk that's not going to work. So I asked... I think I asked the banter chat.
Yeah, it was the banter chat.
Yeah. Anyone know a garage door dude?
Yeah.
Because in Darwin we had territory doors. Tristan Latt came down from Matsuri, garage door guy.
Yeah.
Mentioned. Jay makes it straight away. I hit up 89's garage door service. Send them a Facebook message at like 6 o'clock at night. Say, my garage doors shit itself, car stuck in the shed. What can you do?
Yeah.
Like within an hour, replied saying, "Give us a phone number. We'll have a service guy in the morning."
Yeah,
done, and then gave me a discount because another racer recommended him.
Well, that was Anthony Begley.
Yeah, the one that had the big explosion.
Yeah, just prior to us recording this, the weekend prior to us recording this, Anthony Begley in his Big Show Funny Car, we were talking about it exploding earlier. His business is 89 garages, and
I may hit him up myself.
It's amazing the contacts that we can sort of make in this kind of scene, which is really, really cool.
So races having races it's going on about P1 before. Yeah. So P1's an international brand.
Yeah.
Premier race gear, best sex money you can buy, right? Through P1, I've organised a deal with the Improved Production Racing Association, so a different category to what I normally support, different style of racing.
Yep.
Well, similar racing, but a different style, different cars. Organised a deal through Luxe Performance, through P1 for them to get some sponsorship. So there's not many other categories around the world who can say you've got an Italian brand supporting a WA category.
Yeah, in WA.
An Australian category supported by a national brand. Like, that is amazing. And that's just through this whole... There's a racer there that came to me. I talked back and forth. Ducky, he's a local legend. Yeah. You got Mike with P1. We all talked. Yeah. And all of a sudden, got this amazing agreement going on. Yeah. Same thing. Who can do this? Oh, talk to these guys. They're awesome.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. I've got two stories here that really work in this instance.
There's heaps.
The decals on my mic cubes for JMac Media and for Wheel Time were done by a bloke who's actually looking to enter in pre-production, Justin Lyons. Justin Lyons. I actually work with him. He's a work colleague as well. But again, he's another racer.
Is that judo?
Yeah, judo.
Small world, eh?
That's always the way.
Our Department of Drift logo. We've used Nomad Design Studios. Jared McDonald. He does a lot of drift cars. He did your.
Done my stickers, my DJ Locha drift sticker, the DIY stickers. Yeah, it's all
involved. That's like little stuff.
Cool.
All right. let's move on, boys, because we've got quite a few questions to sort of get through. We threw it out there on Facebook earlier on our Department of Drift Facebook and Instagram pages. If you haven't already, like and subscribe.
Yes.
We asked for questions to throw at Brent, and you did an okay job of not answering them because we kind of wanted to build the hype. You answered a couple of them, but it was okay. This one comes from Andrew Cahill from 6056 Customs, and I'm quoting these verbatim. This is exactly how they appear on social media.
You can see them.
Is he worried that getting into an XL will actually allow him to beat his PB lap time that he has ever set in the 32? So this is the XL Cup car that we've seen on the Luxe Performance page that's been getting built up, and we're also referring to, of course, the 32, which now has circuit racing duties.
Yeah. So
okay, so what sort of times are you expecting out of the XL, you reckon? What are these things like barbs
I want to
at?
get the
Hour and 15.
an hour and 15. No, so two very different race cars. XL Cup is a control category.
Yeah.
So there's a very long story of why we got into the XL Cup racing, but I was going to bring my RX-7 over from New Zealand. I still got that in storage there. I wanted to bring that over to actually use to get back into racing. It's never going to be as fast as the Skyline, but it's a good fun car.
Yeah.
Right. And then I looked at and then through World Time Attack and the deal we had an amazing deal last year with World Time Attack, and through Jace Brown Drift in New Zealand and the New Zealand contingent, we cooked up a really good deal there. And we were actually going to bring that car over to World Time Attack to put on display and then tie it back to WA.
Yeah.
But the cost of doing that, like New Zealand's an expensive piece of water between here and New Zealand.
Oh yeah,
it's crap.
Especially running on the west coast of the country.
Yeah, and then we looked at like outside of our normal avenues, what customers are buying stuff off us, what customers are supporting us. The XL Cup category, there's a lot of father-son, father-daughter, father-son and daughter team, Paul Pizarro's kids.
Yeah,
there's a lot of teams that are really supporting us that are really, really cool. And I thought, man, and then it just happened at the same sort of weekend where I was pricing up bringing the RX-7. A guy asked me to price up everything for an XL Cup car, AGI, because we do some deals with AGI, get on with Adam at AGI pretty well, so we do a few deals there. So that was a cage, a seat, window nets, helmet, harness, boots, a whole setup to get this kid to racing, right? And I'm like, man, I could build an XL, I could build two XLs for what's going to cost me to bring the RX-7 over, which is the RX-7 is pretty selfish. I'm going to drive it once a year, if that.
Yeah,
probably going to break it. Cost me fucking shitloads.
Yeah,
you know, like it's
the typical thoughts.
And I got build an XL. I've got no want to drive the XLs. I want other people to drive them.
I want to see you fit in an XL.
I'm sorry. I want to drive the XL.
Yeah,
I'll drive the XL.
The Department of Drift Challenge.
We offer ourselves as tribute.
So that's what I wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
So I had this idea of like this delusion of grandeur of like a Aussie driver search, but WAXL.
Yeah.
You know, like, so like
Aussie Driver Search has got a GT3 like Le Mans R8, Luxe Performance, XL Cup car.
Yeah, to be honest, the Aussie Driver Search, so over East they have a Pulsar.
It was the Pulsar set. It was the Pulsar Driver Search.
With a very similar series.
Right, it did.
Yeah. And look
from
at it now.
humble beginnings.
Yeah. So
who knows? Maybe you can have a $200,000 GT3 car in your garage in like 5 years. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the idea. I'm like, man, I could build one of these. It'd be a showpiece. Because that's what we specialise is in race gear and stuff you need to logbook a car.
Yeah.
Like, we don't do fast parts. We don't do any of that sort of shit.
Yeah.
That's all we do. You're right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool, we'll do that. If there's interstate drivers that want to come over and use it, I don't want to lease it out. You drive it, you break it, you fix it, you pay for whatever.
Yeah.
It's a freaking XL.
Yeah, it's an XL. Like,
so to start off with, I mean, what can you actually fucking do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
what can you fucking break?
And control category wise, it's pretty good. Like, you can't touch the motors. There's the control coilover, control tire.
That's well locked down. It comes down to driver skill.
Yeah. So we want to do that. So if you guys want to drive, if you want to go to a speed event or a regularity or a hill climb, or I wanted to go chase Geordie around
anything,
the other day.
Anything but regularity.
Regularity is pretty.
Regularity basically is where you get let out onto the track, and you basically you set yourself a lap time that you'll run up to but not under.
So it's like very drag racing.
Well, it's very similar to dial your own racing, drag racing.
Yeah.
It relies on you knowing your car very intimately.
Yeah.
but it's boring as batshit.
1 hour, 15 minutes.
But in saying that, we've had a drifter go out there with like Justin Chaffee, and he cleaned up the DYO series, the regularity series, time challenge series this year.
Is this the same Chaffee that got cleaned up at
Driftwest? Yeah, Liam Gregor punted. Yeah, so but anyway,
yes. Moving right along.
But there's other things. There's the point to point. You know, Mitch Larner came out with his drift car with Franco at point to point and minted it. Killed it.
Yeah.
So
the whole point behind the XL Cup car is to put people in the seat, give them the opportunity to have a go, and hopefully kickstart that passion, that fire,
and then want to go door to door. Or if there's someone that's already got a clubman license and they've got all the kit and they want to go door to door, the car's gonna be ready to rock and roll. And I've already had some great drivers. So I got like Cameron Edwards wants to drive the Collie rounds. He's not allowed to drive Barbagallo rounds because he's an employee.
Right.
I've got a guy from Darwin that wants to come down for the enduro and drive. He's a pretty stout IP racer up there, a good friend. So so that's sort of what we want to do with it.
Yeah.
I want to get the IP. I don't want the XL to be slow.
Yeah.
So I want it to come out. I don't want it to win.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love it to win, but I'm not expecting to. It's not a blueprinted engine.
Yeah.
It's actually.
It's
not the second engine that hasn't even made the racetrack yet.
I was just say it's Nan's like little shop getter, grocery
getter. Does it do a good skid bar?
I've done one backy on the trailer. I'll do another one and do a video, I think.
Deej, you better bring up these questions actually because my phone's about to actually die.
Am I scared?
Doing the same.
If I can get the XL to do a 74, like around the fastest times in XL, I'll be stoked.
So minute 14.
If it makes me a better driver in the Skyline, it's 12 seconds slower than my Skyline. 11 seconds off the Skyline.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Right. So the next question is from Jesse Gray. Now, this is one of the Albany boys. He asks, what's his favourite craft beer at the moment and how many cans does it take to get him hammered? I reckon about 3 Sapporos and he's pretty lubed up. It's not exactly a craft beer, but what are you drinking these days?
So I went through a phase there where I was drinking lots. I sort of chilled out a bit now because I'm trying to get a bit thinner. Like I've had a few. I was like 100 and at my fattest I was 115 kilos. Yeah. I've dropped a bit of weight since then, but I'm trying to keep sub 90.
Yeah.
But as far as craft beers go, WA we've got some wicked stuff. So Biggie Juice from Feral is probably my favourite, or Nowhere Man. They do Yippee IA. That's with a pretty tortured looking Bruce Willis on the front of it.
Oh boy.
They're probably my 2 favourite go-tos at the moment.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird sours and that sort of stuff going on. Not so much into them.
Have you tried a one from, I think it's Garage, what's it called? Pernicious Weed?
No, I haven't tried that.
Go try it out. Super hoppy, big IPA. Yeah. Give it a whirl.
Yeah,
got an evil looking I think it's got like a kaiju sort of Godzilla looking monster on the label. It's pretty cool.
Beer-wise, it was easy. Like when I lived in Scarborough, there's a Sellers up the road that had a beer room. You could go fill up craft beers by the tap.
Yeah.
Take up your growler, they'd fill it up.
Yeah. The growler's like the 5 litre or something.
Yeah,
it's like a
half litre.
Oh yeah, it's great. It is absolutely fantastic. You and me, we're going to take Department of Drift down to Margs or something.
Mint.
We'll go check it out.
Yeah, go down there.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, go down to Margs, go to Bushak, or Bushak's not there anymore.
No, we're going to take you with us. You can be our guide.
Yeah, you can be our beer guy.
Sounds
Jesse knows from the old D1WA days. I used to always pack a funnel. I'd always be the idiot standing there with my pants off in the middle of the pit lane clapping, because as soon as the night time came off, I cut my own tag off. I wanted to drink. I wanted to have a party.
That's gold.
Nice.
About 3 beers will get me saying whatever you want. About 5 beers.
Especially when they're about 8%. Happy days.
About 6 and you'll have no pants on.
Yeah, and clapping like a retarded seal. Yeah.
Nice. This one's from Ken Leong, the head honcho. We actually had Ken on for episode 3 for Department of Drift. He asks, is he single? Now, we can answer that. No, you're married. How long have you been married for?
I've been with
Hi, Brent's wife.
I've been with Andrea for over 10 years. We've been together for about 12 years. We've been married since I'm going to say 2015. We got married back in New Zealand. Every time we made a wedding plan, something happened with the family. We're in Australia trying to get married in New Zealand, backwards and forwards. 2015, just before my mum died, we got married. Yeah, it was. Yeah, wicked, beautiful wedding in Tauranga, in Papamoa, just south of Tauranga.
Yeah.
Beautiful countryside.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, sorry, Ken, I'm single.
I'm sure he's going to be gutted.
You're not single.
Yeah, Ken's gutted. Like, Katie, you got nothing to worry about. I haven't been doing enough squats or press-ups to get anywhere near your physique.
I'm pretty sure. I can say Ken's missed is pretty hot stuff too.
Ken's punching well above his weight.
He's punching way above his weight.
Yeah, Ken's solid. Like, if we voted yes for guys like Ken.
Yeah. The next one basically comes from the troll king himself, Ethan Faithful.
That's an actual legitimate question.
Yeah, it is actually a legitimate question. Does he plan to get back into drifting?
See, how can you call Ethan a troll when most of the time he just spits truth? And that's a legitimate question. I've been talking, like I said, if I had the money, like if we didn't have another baby on the way, and if I didn't have plans for Luxe Performance to build and do a couple of other things, I'd just go to Pat and say, Pat,
give me a car.
Just give me a dollar figure. I want to buy that car. I stupidly passed up on the blue S13 that Luggy's got now.
Yep.
The 180.
That may come up for sale.
Yeah, so many times.
Hashtag leaks.
No, reason being, Lug's now in an RBS 13.
Yes,
right.
Yeah,
I would keep in his ear. I'm sure Lug would want to move on some
I almost
cars.
brought that before we went to Darwin in 2017. That's a solid car. Like, that's the sort of thing I'm after.
Yeah, something set up, ready to go, turnkey.
Yeah, and it's just budget and time. So the thing is, the money side of it's one thing, right? It's expensive sport, but we can make the money work. But the time you spend getting these cars ready, so just my circuit car, that's 3 weeks before every event where I'm away every night getting that car ready.
Wow.
The XLs take a lot of time as well. And if I go throw drifting into it, I've got to get something that's pretty much I can beat the shit out of it, change the oil and lock it away.
And leave it at that.
Yeah. You just want to get in, bash it and done.
Yeah.
Sam McGrade asks, when are you moving back to Darwin and when are you starting your stripping career again?
So when I left Darwin, that's when Sammy the Seal came into the scene. He's got a wicked LSA powered S13 up there. Sammy can pedal. When I was, just as I left Darwin, Sammy started off in like a VY or a VZ or
I think
some fucking taxi.
I've actually, I think I've actually got the photo there. So,
oh boy.
There you go. I've actually jacked it up on there. You should be able to see it.
And so Sammy's a wonderful dude. He's a super positive guy. Wicked car. When I left Darwin, he started life at the Honey Pot, maybe as a stripper, something like that.
Sammy's a work colleague.
Sammy's holding the fort for me.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'd move back to Darwin tomorrow if funds and lifestyle and stuff worked out. Darwin is, you either love it or hate Darwin, and we love Darwin. We made some amazing friends up there. The racing up there is awesome. The facilities are awesome. It's always hot. If you've got a demon with drink, it's not a good place to live.
Glenn York asks, when is the best time to figure out how the steering wheel comes off? Talk to me about this. What's the story? Because there has to be a story. Now, keep in mind,
I've never met Glenn before in my life.
Avoidance at its finest.
Glenn is a really cool dude. He's actually a new friend of ours. We've only met in the last couple of years. Glenn's come through actually my wife's mother's group, so he's a father of one of my son's friends. Glenn's really into his custom car culture, as in your old school pinstriping, rat rodding sort of stuff.
Muscle car.
And whenever I want to go to the Motorplex and just get away from stuff, like it's a whole different vibe down there. Glenn's normally like, go to, hey Glenn, I'm going to the Motorplex. Want to come? And he'll always come. Like he's such a cool dude. And then so I've taken Glenn out in the 32 before and like do some test laps, whatever. Glenn's come out and I'm like, I'm pretty staunch about what sort of quick release hub I run. I always make sure I run the spline ones. And I've come over the hill at bars. We're going pretty quick.
Oh shit!
Coming to the top. We weren't like it wasn't a flyer. But it was. We weren't fucking about.
Like a
then the steering wheel feels weird, so I pulled the clicks on it. I'm like, oh. And I looked at him and he looked at me and I tried to be like, oh yeah. And because I run the spline ones, you can only go on one way. So luckily it just popped off and looked at him and held it up, and then just went straight. That could have ended really fucking badly.
Oh my God.
This is really embarrassing because that is a really dangerous thing because it's the fastest part of that racetrack. So we're on a warm-up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brent Peters from Luxe Performance, the guy who is putting your safety in his hands.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. I've tested this shit. That's why you buy the genuine right products that do what you want to do. Because if there was a ball bearing raced piece of shit,
no chance. Dead.
It would have been.
Well, not dead, but we weren't going that fast.
You wouldn't have a 32. Put it that way.
But and afterwards I'm like, did you see me take the wheel off? He's like, yeah. I thought it was weird. And I'm like, I shit myself. Yeah.
So, Brent, I mean, how does someone find Luxe Performance?
Yeah, so that's real easy. So Facebook Luxe Performance is our main page. We've got the Team Luxe Performance group, which is where I really want there's a collaboration place. I want people to go on there and post their own pages, post their own stuff.
I think I remember getting added to that when I was still in hospital after the accident, and we were talking about there was a post show your ride, and I put up my electric wheelchair.
And that's what was
great. It was hilarious.
And that's what it should be. That's a collaboration area. People can just go in there and add
a community page.
I try to get, every day I try to go and at least share something in there.
Yeah.
But there should be other people sharing this stuff. That's what it should be for, right?
Yeah, definitely.
We've got the Team Luxe Performance page, so that's a team page. We've got Luxe Performance race cars. It's just for the Excel project, so for people who specifically want to keep up to date with how we're building them or how we're breaking them.
Or how they haven't made the first race they went through a motor already.
Yeah, we're going through a motor there, but we'll go through that.
I think that's something I'd definitely like to get Wheel Time involved in. We'd come and do a build breakdown type style video and take it for a lap or something.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. And I had the idea with the XLs of I think I might hire out Jacks or do something around Jacks Hill.
Mad.
Because the Jacks Hill does a cool sprint. They do a hill climb there, and it's actually quite a quick hill climb.
We could do a whole leaderboard.
That's what I want to do, man. I could get someone from drag racing. It's really fast. Get Kyle or something like that. Get a speedway guy. Get a couple of the circuit guys.
Get your people to talk to my people, which is basically just talking to me. And we'll I reckon we could do something very, very cool.
Just say,
something very, very cool.
Throw it around. Done. Put a DeLorean on the side of it, and away you go.
I use point to point.
I'll do that. Okay.
Yeah. Just brake beam for a hill.
Yeah.
And but for something like that, we just use let the car go. It wouldn't take long. Be a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
Because if you've ever driven an XL, I don't know how they were ever so popular as student cars, because they are absolutely horrible to drive. But they aren't. Everything about them is horribly built.
Yeah,
they are not
cheap.
a good car.
It's a cheap.
I'm really looking forward to 5 years' time when it's already started.
When the last of them dies.
When they die, and then there's so over East have started a Mazda 2 series, which is the takeoff the next low.
What sort of generation Mazda 2s are they using though?
The latest.
Yeah,
because I would have thought that way before now a Hyundai Getz series would have.
There's also them going separate and under AAC.
See, I'm driving a Hyundai Getz at the moment because the Merc has died, and performance wise, not the sharpest tool in the shed, but handling and just sheer chuckability. Oh my god, factor. It is just it is fun as fuck.
The chuck factor's off the chart.
So it's like a scooter. You can't have a smile when you're on it.
But you don't tell your mates you're driving it.
It's like my fucking burrito, mate. I'll drive.
I thought you were about to say it anyway.
That's like my burrito. Same thing.
It's made by Holden.
That's fine. I don't mind. No, it's not actually made by Holden.
It's made by Daewoo.
No, it's made by
Daewoo and Opel.
Daewoo Opel.
Ouch.
Fuck no.
Yes.
Skyline did.
So and then the website luxeperformance.com.au. That's our online store. So you can go on there. You can see what we've got in stock. You can buy anything. Just send us a message. We're happy to. If we don't have it, we can get it pretty quickly, or it's on the way. We've got most stuff in stock. That's what we try to do. So everything's listed online.
Yep.
We pretty much have something in WA, either in the trailer or at home, ready to rock and roll for you. So.
And don't be shy to message. I mean, today we had a thing with Amy from DIY.
Yeah.
She goes, how do I get hold of Brent? I need tow hooks, hopefully by today. I'm like, just message him. So I added them in the group chat, and Brent's like, cool, I'll get back to you in a little bit.
Yeah.
Done.
I was busy this afternoon, but I messaged Amy and Jamie, and then Yeah, they've got some real staunch quality Velo toe straps. Drop them off for them on the way here. Done. You know, that's where we fit in. Like, you know, what do you need? We can do it.
Yeah.
Have we got it? Like today's been hectic as a couple of helmets for some racing.
I've been watching the page. You had a heap of those helmets go out the door.
Yeah, everyone's been caught out with the old standard helmet, with the SA 2005 standard helmets. A lot of guys
You've got 1 minute to actually explain what's going on there.
Yeah, so
keep it regulated.
Helmet standards, there's a couple of standards, but when it comes to racing, you got the SA standards, so SA 2005, SA 2010, SA 2015. That's the most current helmet standards. Then you have the FIA standards, right? The FIA is a bit more superior. They test a few different things, but anyway, as far as motorsport's concerned, at the end of last year, the old SA, so it's been superseded twice. The old SA 2005 standard, any helmet that carries that standard is now not eligible for use in motorsport.
Right.
So they're pretty much banned the helmet. And that's across speedway and circuit and a lot of things. Yeah. And I was so surprised because you really shouldn't keep a helmet for more than 5 years. You know?
No, 5 years I thought was always in competition, I thought 5 years was the end of the life.
But there's a ton of people that have been caught out. There's a big meeting in March. A lot of guys have been caught out, still got these old helmets.
Yep.
So we've just done a swag of helmets.
Yeah. And what brand and model is selling the most?
So of the entry-level type helmets, Velo are the best value for money, hand down.
Man, they do friggin' everything.
Yeah, so they do their own range of helmets. The reason I rate them because they're all Nomex line, removable padding, all that sort of stuff. But then the next, in the better quality helmets, the Aria. So Aria used to be really quite expensive, really, really high-end line.
Yeah. Do you mean the Arai?
Yeah, Arai. Yeah, Arai. Kiwi accent. Yeah. So the Arai.
No, that's dyslexia.
So the Arai, they make a baller helmet. Right?
Yeah, they always have.
GP6S now, which is sort of their... I wouldn't call it an entry-level helmet because it's lighter than just about anything on the market. Right. It's stronger. It really is a gangster helmet. And they do they never used to do a matte black. They now do what they call a frost black, which is like a glistening black. Imagine a matte black car, it's got frost on it. That's what it looks like.
Mad. That's cool.
That'll be actually a really killer colour.
And what's the recommended retail on something like that?
So the normal white one's $1,100. We did a 10% off deal for Australia Day on the Aries. The frost black's $1,150. So when you're talking about those helmets, used to be $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 for a spec of helmet.
Yeah, I remember a mate that
it's a crazy thing that like there are a bunch of people out there that'll go and they'll
stinge on it.
Yeah, they'll go and they'll spend $150 on a helmet and they'll be like, oh no, I'm not. Oh, no way.
They
wonder why they got all the styrofoam in their car after they've rolled it. It's like, well, you bought a bike helmet that's racing.
Well, you can't compare a motorbike helmet like a road helmet. You know, like a cheap $200 RXT or something like that. You can't compare that with a motorsport helmet. Yeah. Completely different way they're made. There are motorsport helmets a lot lighter. Donut Media, Donut Media is quite a wicked franchise now. They did an article, a vlog or whatever you want to call it, a little while ago, comparing, a dollar store helmet and a I think it might have been an Arrow, or it might have been a Bow or something like that. Yeah. Like a real high end helmet, and it's just you can't compare them. Yeah, $100 head, $100 helmet. That's the old
exactly. What's your head with? What's your brains worth?
Which event are you entering next?
I really wanted to enter. There's a 2-day event at Barbagallo in March.
Is this the Jubilee?
The Jubilee.
Event?
Yeah, I really wanted to enter that. Neither car's going to be ready in time for that. I hope to at least have the XL on display for that, if not running. We'll have the trade stand there. We'll have the big trailer there. All the gear, all the P1 range.
Dope trailer, by the way. Go check it out.
The big trailer we'll have set up there. And then after that, Collie, hopefully the long circuit will be open end of March.
I've done a lap around that, obviously at low speed, and it looks, the back section looks super imposing with those really tall concrete.
I was going to say the walls would be so amazing with that screaming down there.
That's where you want a side pipe and an RB to scare the shit out of anyone else.
Yep. Imagine the overtake.
That's what we're doing, RFB. I'm hoping for that, and either the XL with Cam Edwards driving it, or the XL and the Skyline with me there as well. So
awesome.
Hope to run both cars there.
Cool.
So that's yeah.
We're going to stay abreast of that, I think, and if possible, I'm going to try and get out there with a camera and do an episode of Wheel Time, especially on that XL.
I'll definitely be keen. Get some footage.
Yeah, man.
Deej, what we saw you recently. I actually just saw your edit for Nishi D.
Yep.
It's not open to the public. Probably will be by the time this podcast goes up. But you had another event under your belt. Was it it was a Drift School WA day?
We're Drift School, and then coming up again, we've got D1.
Yep.
So this weekend we're
just to give it a go.
Yep. So it'll be the give it a go, then convert into a prac as well.
Yeah.
So then Nishi D. Before that was then before the Nishi D was Drift School. And it's been weekends have all been packed.
Again, you've got that content constipation. You got a whole heap of footage. You just can't get it out there.
Oh, come on! The editing time is what kills you.
Yeah.
I mean, surprising. I got the Nishi D edit to where it is in about 4 days. So that's a couple of hours after work every day. So
yeah.
So other than that, what about yourself?
At the time of recording, I'm running my Drift Bunny decals merchandise comp for about it's finishing up on Thursday. I think it's on Valentine's Day. I'm going to finish that up at about 7:30 p.m. So
a lot of single people are going to be happy.
Yeah, well, there's basically you had to go watch my video on the Drift Bunny decals website. Count up how many times I said cool, and
that was his,
comment that.
Word.
Oh, dude, it was like 20-something times. It was crazy. It was mental. Doing that's going to go off this weekend, filming some more stuff for Supermoto WA, which is meant.
So keep an eye out for that content.
But the next big thing is going to be my rebuild series that I'm going to be doing in conjunction with DIY Garage on the 1968 Mercedes 230 SE that I've got.
Yes.
Which, by the sounds of it, has shat the bed when it comes to the rings. Just started blowing a whole heap of smoke. It just
become an oil pump, basically.
Just pumping smoke out.
It had pretty much the same death as my 33 motor did at Collie.
So if that's all it was, and seriously, I figure there's enough of these things out in third world countries still acting as taxis. I reckon all it's going to need is a little bit of a dingle ball hone, some rings, some bearings, and it should be back on the road. Yeah. Provided that there's no problems, like it hasn't got a stuck valve
bearings,
actually, I have seen some guys over in New Zealand do exactly that with that motor.
If you got to get back out there, you got to get back out there.
So we'll sort of see how it goes. Now, we kind of got to drinking this afternoon, and we're talking about blow-through turbo setups and boost regulated fuel pumps and custom sumps and all that kind of stuff.
Deadhead fuel system.
There is entirely... Well, that's the thing, is that if the block is junked...
Barra turbo.
Yeah, well, if the block is junked, it'll end up with a barra. Because it just... I've seen it done. It fits.
Block may end up broken by me.
Deej, settle down. The idea at the moment is to try and... Because this was a daily.
Yeah.
It's a daily. It's men.
It is.
Sitting out the front, and I have to walk past it every single fucking day.
I cry.
It kills me.
You put a cover over it, makes it heaps easier.
Yeah, I'm going to. So yeah, that'll be happening. It's getting towed up to DIY Garage. I got the guys from Performance Towing on the job there for that. So dead keen on getting started with that. We are gonna get you involved, and we're gonna start filming some shit. So it should be fun.
Out for that. That will be a fun thing to do.
Well, Deej, my camera shot itself, so I think it's up to you to close out the show, mate.
So I guess thanks for coming along, having a chat, chin wag with us.
Man, love it. This is I keep saying to you guys, this is the most amazing thing that's going on right now. Like direct publication, straight to the people. And you're taking the feedback from dudes. They're asking you for this. Dudes are asking you for that. What about this? It's getting traction, man.
I think the next thing is we need to set up a bit of a webcam setup so that we can do like remote interviews with people, so that we can get that happening.
No, definitely. We got
way cool.
Cameras falling all over left, right, and centre. So
shit's falling apart left, right. It's amazing.
As I said, thanks for coming on the show. It's sort of I don't know. Have you got some closing words you want to close on briefly?
Seriously, look, all we can do at the moment. If you think that your company would be a great fit for Department of Drift, get in touch with us. It's info.deptofdrift at gmail.com. We would love to have some support. It'll help us get this sort of stuff out. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your hard earns. I mean, if you've got merch, if you've got anything that we can do as far as rewarding our subscribers and listeners when it comes to competition, stuff like that, we would absolutely love to get your name out there and do our bit for WA drifting and indeed Australian drifting.
Yeah, definitely. It's get in touch. I mean, you can get us on all the means: Instagram, Facebook. We may even delve in the world of Twitter.
Maybe.
I'd be keen to have a bit of
all
play
over YouTube.
Yeah, so YouTube. Hit us up in the comments. I mean, leave a comment on our Facebook page. So,
but yeah, I reckon give us a shout out. Who do you think that we should get onto Department of Drift next time?
Yeah, so be sure to stay tuned for that one.
So come on, Deej, close us out.
Goodbye from me.
I'll catch you next time. And Brent, I think we can guarantee that we're going to have you back next time. We're going to have you back later. We've filled up an incredible amount of airtime with you, bud.
Awesome.
That was good. Put it there, boys.
Cheers.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Cheers.